Hey, what's up, y'all? Adrian Oliver, Homegrown Roofing and Contracting, hopping on here to give you a little background and overview of our company. We are homegrown because I'm homegrown. I'm a Colorado native, born and raised in Colorado, mostly raised in a little town called Pine. Actually, 7 generations Colorado native on my mama's side. And yeah, just Colorado will always be home for me. I got all the love in the world for Colorado. Love the mountains. Love being from the mountains. And yeah, this will always be home for me. Grown because my parents owned a roofing company in Colorado for 23 years before they divorced. It's always what put food on the table for me and presents underneath my tree, or underneath the tree, I should say. Anyways, I started riding around in the truck with my dad around 10, 11 years old, and he'd be having me pick up trash at job sites, and we'd hang out over at the office, and I'd be able to watch how my parents did business, and I'd ride around in the truck with my dad and seeing how he did business, and just was exposed to the roofing industry at a very young age. And now my son, who's 7 now, his name's James, he goes to work with me all the time too, so it's kind of like deja vu all over again, but the roles have been reversed. But anyways, very grateful for the roofing industry. um, I know it better than anything else that I've learned in life. I knew roofing a lot better than I knew about business in the beginning, and just kind of had to learn about that the hard way. Back in 2017, decided it was time to move on, tried to start my own company, and then had some life circumstances come about, and yeah, wound up losing that company. So Homegrown's actually round three. It was kind of make it or break it for me back in 2020. I had to do something, and do something fast, so that I could create better life circumstances for myself. So that's what I did. And it was in a time that there wasn't any storms. There wasn't really any storms, major storms, for the first 3 years of my company, starting in 2020. No real low dollar ways of marketing. So I knew I had to do something different. So I decided to focus my business around where I'm from, and that's the mountains. And Homegrown sweet spot is from Littleton up to 85 to Fairplay, and from Golden up I-70 to Breckenridge. Those are like local foothill mountain markets, even starting to get up into more rural areas and the resort areas and everything. And me being from the mountains, I know exactly how the weather is up there and what you need to do to be able to protect against it. And I've passed these things down to my team. Anybody that comes on board with us, the first thing that they get educated on is the difference between roofing in the mountains and roofing down in town. I guess I should go back to the fact that, I not only rode around in the truck with my dad, but I also started out as a laborer, moved my way into a journeyman roofer, mostly installing flats, but also doing a little bit of metal and some shingles and some modified bitumen, modified torch down. I became a journeyman roofer by the time I was probably about 20 years old, and ran my parents' service and repair department for a few years after that. So I've been all across the state of Colorado chasing leaks. I've been exposed to pretty much every roofing type that there is on the market, and I have a working knowledge of the roofing system and all of its components, because a roof isn't just what you see on the surface. It's a complete system, and all those components need to be uh, pro working together properly in order for the roof to properly function. So we can explain to you everything that's on that roof and why it's there, and what it does. So that's something we really pride ourselves in. Um, but yeah, just I like the mountains because it's more laid back client. Um, it's a lot of the times it's a cash customer. There's not a whole lot of insurance claims up in the mountains because the insurance will only pay for storm damage. to replace a roof. They don't pay for it just because it gets old. So believe it or not, people have to pay out of pocket for roofs sometimes. So those are the clients that we like to work with because those clients are usually more long-term mindset type people. They're more investment minded people. They're people that care about aesthetic. They're people that care about durability, and they're people that care about craftsmanship and not just the bottom dollar. So that's who we really like to work with. That's who our ideal customer is. It's just quick overview is the company as well and our core values. I've already touched base on quality. We're a company that puts an emphasis on quality. We like working with people that care about quality, and we do quality jobs for quality people. We like to believe we're quality people ourselves, and we try to demonstrate that in our character and the way that we do business with transparency and explaining things in detail and making sure that we're properly prescribing problems, and I mean properly diagnosing problems and prescribing solutions. We make sure that we do that. Simplicity is another core value of ours, just because um, I believe that true intelligence is taking the complicated things and making it simple. That's our job as a roofing company, as project manager, as salespeople. That we take the complicated things that happen in the roofing industry, and we cut out all the jargon and the complicated insurance process, and we make it simple for our clients to understand. Also, we're a pretty small company and plan on staying a small company just to keep things closer to the chest. Our project managers actually run projects from start to finish. In a lot of other companies, you meet with the sales guy. He's the one that makes you all the promises and then passes your contract off to production. And then all of a sudden, all those promises that were made by the sales guy or project manager are kind of getting overridden by production. So um, we keep things close to the chest. Each and every one of our clients has access to me, the homeowner. I mean the business owner. Each one of our clients has access to me, um, the business owner. So if they need anything, they can have their questions answered right away by pretty much the decision maker. And I pretty much plan on always keeping it that way. I grew up in small family roofing business. The way that my parents did business was a lot more simple than what I've seen in other roofing companies that I worked for. So we just want to keep it that way. Which brings me to our last core value, and that's family. Um, this family roofing business, I learned roofing from my dad. Roofing is something that's been passed down through the generations. My dad passed it down to me. His dad before him was a carpenter, construction guy, kind of jacks of all trade, and my dad really doubled down on the roofing and then passed that on to me. And now my son's riding around to roofing appointments and on roofing job sites and picking up trash at 7 actually instead of 10. But anyways, we're a family roofing company. We take a lot of pride in that. It's not a whole lot that you hear the term family roofing anymore. So yeah, we're just very grateful for that. It's not the easiest thing in the world working with family, but it's also one of the most rewarding. And I just love being able to have my own business and have my son ride around in the truck with me, and anybody that works for us. It's always family first. We're always super understanding whenever it comes to that. We will never value money or tasks that have to get done over our relationship with people. What we like to say is we're relational and not transactional. We put people first, and that'll never, a dollar will never get in the way of that. We like to think that the people that work with us would do anything for us too, because really that's what family's about at the end of the day. But just just very grateful and thankful for the roofing industry. Very proud dad and business owner, and yeah, let's do some awesome, beautiful roofs in the mountains this year. Take care, y'all.